Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 Spoilers channel. Claire's escape, Sally's deceit, and Jill's return home. Spoilers for the week of September 29th, 2025 have been released for The Young and the Restless. Supporters may anticipate Jill Abbott returning to Genoa City. It is Sally Spectra who deceives Billy Abbott. Additionally, Holden Novak and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, travel to Los Angeles together. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Jill Abbott comes home. Fans may anticipate Sally and Jill connecting at the start of the week. In her video chat with the business leader, the redhead proclaims her love for Billy. Sally may have called Jill to encourage her to return home, though. Sally is aware that Billy's methods of retaliation will only get more frequent unless they work things out. Regretfully, it appears like Billy will simply reopen old wounds when he sees his mother. Even if he is quite angry, he is too young to be holding his mother responsible for all of his issues. Returning to Sally, what secret does she conceal from Billy? Is this to stop him from directing retaliation? The escape of Claire Grace Newman. According to previews for the week of September 29th on The Young and the Restless, Claire ultimately takes a drastic step. Claire chooses to accept Holden's offer even though she doesn't know him well. Claire and Holden will therefore be touring Los Angeles collectively, but I'm curious if Claire and Holden might end themselves in a problematic circumstance. The fact that Victoria Newman ends up in Los Angeles is hinted at. Alongside Claire, week of September 29th, 2025. Additionally, fans will witness Nick and Sharon Newman preparing to visit Noah Newman. In another scene, Victor Newman and Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman, devise a scheme to take down Kane Ashby. Tessa Porter, meanwhile, defends her behavior. Michael Baldwin finds it difficult to give up his old habits. Lauren Baldwin, meantime, seeks assistance from Nikki Newman. Lily Winters and Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford, discover points of agreement. Audra Charles desires to see Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, again. But what on earth could she say to persuade Nate to reconsider his position on their shattered romance? Nate's rejection, Claire's escape, and Jill's return. Spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Young and the Restless hint at some surprises and turns. Fans may anticipate Claire Grace Newman and Holden Novak embarking on an adventure from September 29th to October 10th. Genoa City welcomes Jill Abbott back. In addition, Nate Hastings rejects Audra Charles once more. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Jill Abbott is back. Let's discuss the upcoming events from September 29th to October 3rd before moving on to the 2-weekers. In a video chat to Jill, fans will witness Sally Spectra confess her love for Billy Abbott. Sally could be concerned, though, that Billy simply cannot go past his resentment of his mother. Perhaps Sally is urging Jill to go back home and confront her son. This week, Sally does have a secret from Billy. By Friday, Billy and Jill are reopening old wounds. The reunion doesn't seem to be going well. The crisis of Lauren Baldwin. Michael Baldwin will cause Lauren Baldwin to lose her mind. Unfortunately, it appears that when Michael simply can't break past behaviors, Lauren will become even more concerned. Lauren does contact Nikki Newman for assistance, but it puts the blonde in a difficult situation. Week of September 29th, 2025. To stop Kane Ashby, Victor Newman strikes a bargain with Jack Abbott. Amy Lewis and Lily Winters, meantime, discover points of agreement. Audra also requests another opportunity from Nate, but the answer will probably still be no. Spoilers for the next 2 weeks of The Young and the Restless. Fans should anticipate that Tessa Porter will look into Mariah Copeland's claim during the week of October 6th. Fortunately, Tessa will receive some assistance. Daniel Jr. won't let Tessa handle things on her own. To meet up with Noah Newman, Sharon Newman, and Nick Newman, played by Joshua Morrow, travel to Los Angeles. Schick believes their son is doing great, but is there a problem, a surprise, or a complication? Kyle Abbott should also learn of Claire's journey to Los Angeles. Alongside Holden, Victoria Newman eventually finds herself in Los Angeles, with Claire as well, so keep checking back. 3 startling YNR turns are ahead, September 29th to October 3rd. According to spoilers for the week of September 29th, 2025, there are 3 must-see scenes on The Young and the Restless. Supporters can anticipate Jill Abbott's return to Genoa City. Tessa Porter must stand up for herself. Additionally, Michael Baldwin finds it difficult to break previous patterns. Let's discuss the upcoming developments in the CBS soap drama as you continue reading. Jill Abbott is back. First, let's talk about Jill. Jill and Sally Spectra make a video call at the start of the week. According to the redhead, she has fallen for Billy Abbott, but she also questions whether Billy is telling the truth to her. That could be the reason she's phoning Jill. Additionally, Sally will inform Jill of Kane Ashby's activities since coming home and caution her of them. Jill eventually appears in Genoa City. Billy will, however, reopen old scars with his mother. Tessa Porter's argument. Additionally, Tessa has made the decision to look into Mariah Copeland's allegation that she attempted to kill a guy. Daniel Jr. will accompany Tessa on this assignment, so she won't be alone. Tessa will likely take a leave of absence and notify Sharon Newman that Aria Porter Copeland, Millie and Maddie Ingalls, need someone to look after her. The brunette will insist that she must save Mariah, despite Sharon's attempts to talk her out of it. Michael Baldwin's allure. According to spoilers for the week of September 29th on The Young and the Restless, Michael and Lauren Baldwin's marriage is the subject of yet another must-see event. In a sneak peek, Lauren cries and pleads for Nikki Newman's assistance. Michael, meantime, finds it difficult to break old patterns. Truce by Jack Abbott and Victor Newman. Even though Kane let Michael go, it appears that he could be lured back into the corporate conflict. Michael vowed to use every available methods to thwart Kane's scheme, but that will only make Victor and Michael closer. The blonde finds herself in a difficult situation when Lauren asks Nikki for assistance. Does she utilize Michael to preserve the Newman empire, or does she support her friend? The journey of Claire Grace Newman. Claire Grace Newman makes the decision to accept Holden Novak's offer. But would Claire encounter some difficulties in Los Angeles? When Jill comes home, she faces new challenges and old wounds. In Genoa City, Jill Abbott's Jess Walton return is a yearly occasion. Jill has been at the center of business rivalries, Abbott family disputes, and some of the most famous fights on the program for decades. This time, Sally Spectra's calculated push, rather than her own choice, causes her to return home. Sally, who has been juggling her tumultuous relationship with Jason Thompson's character Billy Abbott, takes the risk of contacting Jill via video call. Sally paints a vivid picture of her connection with Billy, expressing her love for him. The true motivation, however, is more nuanced. She believes that Jill's return will assist in controlling Billy's violent impulses. Sally has seen Billy go through cycles of anger, retaliation, and careless choices, and she is aware that there cannot be peace until the lingering problems between Billy and his mother are resolved. Jill doesn't return to Genoa City with a warm welcome or a cordial reconciliation. Instead of welcoming her, Billy lets loose years' worth of repressed rage. Supporters are aware that Billy and Jill's past is tinged with animosity. He holds her accountable for pushing him too hard, failing to comprehend him, and playing a part in his shortcomings as a man and a businesswoman. Billy's approach is unquestionably immature, even though some of his concerns may be true. It is terrible and annoying that he is still blaming Mommy at his age. However, this is the quintessential Billy Abbott, a perpetually hurt person who uses blame to cover up suffering. Ironically, their reunion ends up being more about reliving old wounds than it is about healing, which could lead Billy even deeper down the dark path Sally believed Jill could stop. Jill isn't a softie, though. She is incisive, assertive, and resistant to guilt trips and outbreaks of rage. The crucial question is whether Jill will let herself become entangled in yet another instance of Abbott family dysfunction, or if she will confront Billy's shortcomings head-on. Additionally, Jill's presence has wider business ramifications. With Jack Abbott and Victor Newman, Eric Braden, negotiating a tenuous alliance to defeat Kane Ashby, Jill's reappearance might be a game-changer in the corporate arena. She is a player whose affiliations have the potential to shift the balance of power because of her connections to the Abbott legacy and Chancellor Winters. Billy could be broken by Sally's deceitful secrets. Even if Jill's homecoming stirs things up, Sally Spector's secret is the true source of peril. Between her sincere love for Billy and her knowledge of his instability, Sally has been negotiating the minefield that is her relationship with him. She appears to be Billy's encouraging girlfriend, praising him and attempting to be his rock amid his storms. However, beyond that flawless appearance lurks a secret, something she has kept hidden not only to protect Billy, but also to ensure her own survival in the brutal environment of Genoa City. What precisely is Sally concealing? According to spoilers, Billy's developing obsession with vengeance is connected to her secret. Billy's darkest fears might be stoked by the fact Sally has probably learned about Kane Ashby's plans and his return to town. She may be more aware of Kane's strategies than she acknowledges, but instead of disclosing this information, she keeps it to herself in an effort to stop Billy from charging into combat. She is attempting to prevent him from harming himself. Thus, in a sense, her deceit is motivated by love. Withholding the truth, however, rarely works out well, as soap opera history demonstrates. Billy may lose faith in her if he finds out she lied. Sally's relationship with Jill is also put in jeopardy because of her deceit. Sally might have unintentionally exposed herself by urging Jill to go back home in the name of reconciliation. Jill has never been impressed easily, and when she feels that Billy is being used, her protective nature can easily turn into distrust. Jill will investigate till she finds out if she thinks Sally is concealing something. This may place Sally in a risky position where she would have to deal with Jill's acute intuition and seasoned business sense in addition to Billy's wrath. The continuous dilemma of Billy's maturity is thematically connected to Sally's deceit. Billy has been the constant bad boy for years since he can't stop being rebellious or accept full responsibility for his decisions. Even people closest to him think he is unreliable when it comes to telling the truth, which is further supported if Sally is lying to him for his own good. This is a mirror held up to Billy, revealing the profound fissures in his personal development, not merely a love fracture waiting to erupt. Additionally, the deception can be the impetus behind growing divisions throughout Genoa City. What would happen if Kane found out about Sally's secret before Billy did? He may use it as leverage to undermine Abbott's and Newman's intentions. Even worse, what if Billy is set against Sally by Victor and Jack once they discover her omission? In a short time, Sally might find herself alone, her intentions misinterpreted, and her future with Billy in jeopardy. Fundamentally, Sally's deceit is about more than simply a secret she has kept. It's about the repercussions of mistrust, the peril of telling partial truths, and the heartbreaking fact that in Genoa City, love is never sufficient without honesty. Claire's Escapade, a perilous journey across Los Angeles. Another Newman family plotline takes a dramatic turn when Claire Grace Newman makes a choice that could determine her destiny, while Jill and Sally cause mayhem in Genoa City. Since the start of her redemption arc, Claire has been balancing her efforts to convince herself and her family that she is a part of the Newman family following the machinations of her deranged aunt, Jordan. She has gradually restored confidence, first with Victoria and then with other originally doubtful people. However, in true soap opera form, one rash action can quickly destroy trust that has been built. Enter the endearing newcomer with unclear intentions, Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. Despite their brief acquaintance, Holden persuades Claire to accompany him on a vacation to Los Angeles by using subtly attracting her attention. The invitation is a symbol of both freedom and temptation for Claire. Holden gives her a way out of her family's prying eyes while she's still a young girl, trying to find her own identity outside from the Newman lineage. Los Angeles's attraction is only increased by its glitz and potential. Longtime admirers, however, are aware that such adventures are rarely risk-free. Holden might be sincere, a possible romantic partner who opens a new chapter in Claire's life. He might also be a phony, someone with covert connections to Kane Ashby or another opposing group who is taking advantage of Claire's weakness. Holden runs the risk of taking advantage of Claire's craving for autonomy and leading her into circumstances that are far darker than she had expected. More questions are raised by Victoria's involvement. According to spoilers, Victoria and Claire eventually find themselves in Los Angeles, indicating that disaster is imminent. Perhaps Victoria must intervene as a mother who is determined to safeguard her daughter and as a rescuer when Claire and Holden fall victim to a perilous plot. Or Victoria might go to LA with Claire, concerned that her daughter is going too quickly with a stranger after finding out about the trip. In any case, the circumstance places Victoria in a difficult emotional position. How much autonomy should she grant Claire? And when does defending her child endanger her estrangement once more? Ingenious connections are also made between this plot and other threads. Multiple stories can conveniently intersect against the backdrop of Sharon and Nick's planned vacation to Los Angeles to visit Noah. Imagine Sharon and Nick spotting warning signs that Claire is too blind to notice when they run across Claire and Holden. Or maybe Noah gets caught up in whatever difficulties Claire and Holden end up in because of his creative lifestyle in Los Angeles. This arc has the ability to draw other individuals into the drama, making Los Angeles a hub of interest for weeks to come. Overlapping storylines are a staple of soap operas. Claire's adventure is fundamentally about trust and temptation. Will she revert to harmful habits that reflect her traumatic past, or can we trust her to make sensible decisions? Will Holden prove to be reliable, or will he divulge hidden agendas that endanger Claire, and thus In the glitzy yet perilous setting of Los Angeles, this plotline offers viewers thrills, tension, and the potential for a failed romance. During the week of September 29th, 2025, which narrative are you most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. To find out what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+.